Hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. How are you? I hope you're all having a fabulous week and had a good weekend and are looking forward to the week end, the other end. um, let's have a chill. Let's have a chilled chat tonight. Uh there's so much going on in real life and in like online and we need to just chill, guys. So welcome. Hey Edna, how you doing, darling? I hope you're well. um yeah, so let's get this young lady up and let's see what she's been up to, shall we? What a good idea, Jan. There we go. Do you know what, guys? It's really cooled down over here, and I quite like it. I quite like it a bit cooler. Um, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, we've not had a great summer at all, but I'm not complaining. I just do my old stuff. Don't let things get to me too much. There's been there's been an awful lot going on uh, in real life with me. Uh, so yeah, that's something. That's good fun. And but I like doing YouTube, so I enjoy doing these live streams and also having such fabulous people on, such as this young lady, Edna. How you doing, darling? Are you good?
I'm I'm doing well, and I'm excited.
You're excited? Good. Well, do you know,
Yeah,
I think
for
let's
the talk.
let's chill tonight. Hey, groceries, how are you, darling? I hope you're well. Um, Edna? I don't know whether you need to sort your mic out. It sounds like you're. Do you remember? I don't know. You're probably all too young to know, like, back in the day before mobile phones, we all used to make our own phones. We'd get like two plastic cups, put some string into to one and then tie it to the other
Man,
piece of string
stop it.
and just holler through. That's how we used to do it, guys, before the telephones. Hey Sasha, how you
No,
doing,
I forgot
sweetie?
to pull my mic down. Sorry.
Okay, that sounds better. Jan used to own a
Okay, good.
pager. Do you know I did have a pager for a short while? What a complete waste of time they were.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't even speak to them, Edna. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, I
what's the
know.
point?
I never understood the concept. Well, yeah, exactly.
So that shot Sasha down in flames. That serves you right. Yeah, yeah. I've actually got a rotary phone because I like them. I don't use it, of course, but I've got it on my desk here. It's silver, and but the only thing I don't like about it is it's not very authentic because it's got buttons on it, and it should have like you should be able to twirl your finger. Do you know what I mean? They're like that.
Oh, so it just looks like, yeah, it just looks like a rotary phone, but it's not an actual rotary phone.
Yeah, because it's got the wrong type of dial system on it. It does
Mm-hmm.
work, but it's quite heavy. But I've used it in some of my videos. If you look back at some of my old videos, if you ever go on my channel, Edna, which I know you don't, but if you ever were to have a look at some of my old videos, you'd
Mm-hmm.
see that I do use it. Yeah, I did used to use it as a prop.
See, Jen, this is
Um,
why people think you hate me.
oh, I don't hate you. You know I
No,
don't
I'm
hate you.
kidding.
You
I
know I
know, but I
adore
think it's
you.
funny.
Pages were advanced and all that there was back then. Yes, exactly. It was quite high tech. I know you had people, like doctors and things like that, didn't you? Very important people that needed to be contacted immediately. I don't think I was ever
Right.
like that. I don't think anyone needed to contact me immediately. And I can't think
It's
why.
like
Yeah, I do. I love my Edna. I do.
yeah, it's like if ever you feel that way, like you need to get in contact with me, please take me off of the list.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to be on the list.
Mm-mm.
So, how have you been, sweetness? Do you want to tell us about what you've been doing? Let's get on to that first with your
Yeah,
fitness
so
thingy.
I'm prepping for a 5K, which is 3.1 miles. I'm
Wow.
hating every minute of it. Yeah, I
Oh,
hate to
are
work
you?
out. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm so sore. It's the
are
worst.
you?
No,
You
I'm loving it.
struggling? Hey, Kalari. So, did you hear, Kalari, what Edna's been doing? She's our marathon girl.
I actually posted a meme today. Did you see it?
No.
Like maybe meme is the wrong word. It's a video to my Instagram reels or stories, and it's a woman who just won. I think she's like Kenyan or something. She's like giving an interview after she just won the marathon, and she was like, "I woke up this morning. I was like, what in the hell did I do? Why did I sign up to do a marathon?" Like with her accent, it was so funny the way she said marathon. My
So, this
goal is
isn't.
to run it, groceries.
You're going to run it this time because last time you walked it, didn't you? If we're
Yeah,
honest.
so this time I'm hoping to do like a jog. Oh yeah, I definitely power walk.
Yeah, I can't power walk to save my life. Although I will say, when I was out with my daughter the other week, we were running late. And no, what happened
Mhm.
was we were getting to the end of the show, and I said to her, let's check out the trains because we'd gone up by train. I said, let's check out when the last train is. So my daughter checked it out and she said, Mother, we have to leave now. We've got 10 minutes to get to the train station. Otherwise, we're going to be on like a bus thing. You know, what happens is like
Yeah.
when they, a bus replacement service. I said, I'm not going on a bus. I hate
Shuttle?
buses. Sorry, you shut me up again.
A
Anyway,
shuttle?
yes, that type of thing. I don't do buses. Listen, you don't get to my age where, I've had some really nice cars and everything. I'm not getting
Mhm.
on a bloody bus. Forget it. Um, Trust Bridge. I'm power walking right now to get to my car because I parked illegally.
We're
Oh,
sending you positive parking vibes, Bridge.
mhm. So me and my daughter, we power walked. We power walked back to the station. Ah, I was knackered. I thought, oh my God, this is just too much for an old bint like myself. So, yeah, so when is it taking place, Edna?
It's the
When's your
beginning of December.
beginning of December? Okay. Are you
Yes.
doing are you doing it with anyone?
Yes, so I have a friend, her family does it every year.
Mhm.
So I either do it with her or I was thinking of because they have it like across the nation in different times. And there's another location I think I was gonna like or I'm thinking about visiting my cousin and running it with her in her city.
Okay. So, are you good at running? How do you feel about actually running it? Because I don't know if I'd be able to run. I can't remember the last time I ran. I run to the
You know
car
what?
sometimes when
Actually,
it's raining.
yeah, I can probably jog for maybe 45, like 30 seconds or 45 seconds without feeling like I'm gonna collapse. Like I'll be okay, recover pretty quickly. But anything more than that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm dying.
Yeah, well, yeah, same with me really, but I'm an old bint, so you have to, what can you expect? So we need somebody who's going to make us feel really good about ourselves, and don't we? We just do. So I thought, why don't we have old Paula? Let's have Paula back on the screen and see what she's got to say. Because she went down quite well last time. You all seem to like her. I like her anyway, so never mind. So
Yes. Okay.
let's see what she's got to say. Now, sometimes her audio's not great. That one there, her audio is crap. I've not seen this one, so let's have a look at this one.
Let them judge you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them forsake you. Let them.
I love that. Just let them. Let them say what they want to say. See, yeah, her audio's really bad on that one. I don't know why. Let's go back.
You started out as the underdog and emerged a legend. No autographs, please.
Love it. Love it. Right, let's see her in her red dress. Look at this red dress. Nice.
They are so accustomed to fake that your authenticity confuses them. Their spirit can only afford the knockoff.
Ha! I like that. Their spirit can only afford the knockoff. I like that. Are you still with me,
They
Edna? Have you nodded off somewhere? Oh,
No,
right, hang
I'm
on. I
right
think
here. I love it.
good. She's brilliant, isn't she? Right, let's get her bigger
Mhm.
again. Look at her here. Look with the lils out. Look, she's got her lils out. Here we go.
You started out as the underdog and emerged a legend. No autographs, please.
I like her glasses. I want those glasses. They're nice.
The choice
Oh, yes.
has always been yours. Take your stand, 10 toes down.
Mm.
The
Okay, we need.
let
As usual, it's all going horribly wrong for me. Wouldn't be the same if it went well, would it, guys? Can you imagine if we
Mm.
didn't have any mistakes or anything like that? What I'm trying to do is get back to her page. Instagram on here is a bloody such a pain in the arse. Now, how do we get back
them
into her?
judge you. Let them
With her name or her, like,
misunderstand you. Let them
icon?
forsake you. Let them.
Let them, just let them. Right, come on.
They will
No, right.
whatever they tell you, you cannot do.
Right, I'm going to try not to get annoyed here.
Whatever they tell you, you cannot
Right. Did we do that one? We
do it
did.
twice.
Why can't I get onto the big one where there's all of the... There we go. There we go. Right. Which one should we go for, Edna? Which outfit do you fancy?
Let's do the white tank top. What is it? The second from the top in
That one?
the far right. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Here we go.
They not like you. Full stop. They not like you. Full stop.
Full stop. Indeedy. Right. Now we've got to try and
Mhm.
get back onto that again. Come on. Stop letting me down. Right. No, no, I don't. Why can't I get back onto that? Because if I go back here, all right, here we go.
There is no way you have come this far to only come this far. Limits, glass ceilings. For who? There is no way you have come.
Don't you love that outfit? I like that outfit. Would you wear that, Edna? I love that outfit.
No, that's too much shoulder.
Oh, I've
I'm
got
a
quite
modest
nice
I'm a
shoulders.
modest woman.
Haven't you got
Mhm.
nice
Oh, they're
shoulders?
great. No.
Oh, I've got quite nice shoulders. That's because I used to work out. Right, let's go back.
I'm working on it. I
Shine
was on the
so
shoulder press
bright.
today.
Sorry, Edna.
I said I'm working on it. I was lifting some weights today, and I did the shoulder press.
Okay. Well done, Edna. I'm impressed. Right. Right, hang on. Oh, this is annoying. I just want to get back onto her page. See, if I click on there, that just oh, I see. Panic over.
Shines.
Yeah, we know that one. We know that one.
They.
Know that one.
It broke your
Oh, I
heart,
love that dress.
but corrected your vision. Take that win.
I like that. I like that. Let's hear that one again, shall we? Oh, hang on. There.
It broke your heart, but corrected your vision. Take that win. Their negativity won't stop your progress. Dirty water doesn't stop a plant from growing. Their negativity won't stop your progress. Dirty water doesn't stop a plant from growing. I think it's time you admit it. You are the one. You've been the one. You will remain the one.
Oh, I love that. Look at that outfit. Edna, look at the glasses. I love those
Yeah.
glasses. Where is she getting her glasses from?
You know what? She's probably getting them online somewhere because I remember there was a company everybody was sponsored by for a minute where they would send you like 6 frames at a time to try out. And if you wanted every frame, they were only like maybe $20 a frame or something.
Yeah.
And suddenly, God makes it happen for you. It's your turn.
I love that. I could listen to her all day. One more and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
This season will be different, deliberate and definitive. Favor will find you.
Oh,
Oh, play that again, please.
she's just gorgeous.
This season will be different, deliberate and definitive. Favor will find you.
It's the little smile at the end that she does,
Yeah.
I think is wonderful. I just love it. Thank you very much, young lady. I always enjoy that. I hope you all enjoyed that.
Yes. What's her
She's
name again?
Paula Fontana. Um,
Okay.
that's her name on Instagram. Paula Fontana 3. Yes, she's lovely to listen to, isn't she? I think yeah. So every so often I check up on her because I think she's great and I like the message she gives as well.
Yeah, I have some people I follow like that. Like they're just interesting people. So you just want to follow and see what they're doing in life.
Yeah, every so often I dip in there and see what she's up to. And I just love,
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at her outfits, I just think they're wonderful. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, I just think she's fabulous, darling. Absolutely fabulous. So the next thing we're going to move on to is something that we did cover last week, was it? I can't remember which day it was. And I just loved them so much. I'm going to have to share them again. So this is a slightly different one to the one that I played last week, but just as funny. Are you ready? So it's called Is Ronnie Broken? Here we go.
The thing is, Ronnie, right, What you see in the mirror is just your perception. Okay, it doesn't have to be like that. Other people see you differently. Okay, so don't take it to heart. And also, the camera adds £10 apparently. So that's so don't worry about that either. As far as the don't get.
Did you see his mouth go in there, Edna?
Yeah, that is so funny. I
Are
you
you an animal lover, Edna? I forgot to
I
ask you.
am.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
are
was
good.
just thinking about like the cat videos I saw today. Like it was I don't know, like I saw this one video of a cat that just the way that they hug on to their owner is just so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it is Edna. Okay, back to the donkey.
So don't worry about that either. As far as the don't get upset about it. It's fine. You don't have to quiver your bottom lip, but it's fine. Just keep a very positive mental attitude and a positive self-image. Very important. Okay, that's it. All right. You're actually a very, very handsome donkey. You're probably one of the most handsome donkeys I've ever seen. That's the truth. Who is sniffing my butt? Don't do that. That's not very nice.
Look at
I
that
don't go
donkey.
around sniffing your butt. You had a delivery yesterday, Steve.
Okay, this is the other one. He talks to a lot of them, but
Hmm.
this is another one called Steve, who is always up to no good. I know you like them, don't you, Kalari? Aren't they the cutest? I get nothing from Edna. Absolutely nothing. She's probably sat there,
Yeah, no,
puffing on her spliff, away with the fairies. But it's nice to
no,
know
I
that
was
somebody laughs
watching
at
the
them.
video. Whatever.
Hey, random fish, how are you? I hope you're well. I just think they're adorable. The lip quiver, I know. Now,
Yeah.
Steve, this one here is called Steve, and he's so naughty. Well, just listen to this one, okay? So funny. Pay attention, Edna, please. By the way,
Okay.
Bridge, are you coming or what? What's happening after you've got your car? Is Monty missing what? What's that Sasha talking? Sasha, what's that? Are you ready to make appearances in Monty's again? Didn't he kick me off his chat? Didn't he? What are you talking about? We miss you there. I'm sure Monty misses you. Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he misses me like a veruca. Sure he does. It's just Sasha trying to cause trouble all the time. Bridget's dealing with the.
No, she is not.
Bridget's dealing with a parking ticket.
Oh, we have an
15 minutes.
ETA.
All right. Right. What? You clash a little. So what? It's all fun. I know exactly. People don't seem to realise it, do they? People take life far too seriously. I mean, for goodness
Yeah.
sake, there's a place and time for everything. And, I'd much rather laugh than be miserable. Goodness sake, there's no
The
point.
the funny thing is I'm such a serious person. Like if you don't know me, like I don't joke with you.
Really?
So some
I
people
joke
are
with
like, "She
everyone.
is such a," and I'm kinda like, I don't know, like, not now, I used to, but people are crazy, like, I feel like post-pandemic, you never know who's on the edge. Like, I was on the bus and the argument popped off, it was just, like, instantaneously. The man was like, "Oh, can I get off at the light here instead of, down at the stop?" And she's like, "No, there's no stop here." And he was like, "Well, he said, oh, it used to be a stop." And then it said, "Well, it's not anymore." He's like, "Well, sorry, I didn't mean, and it just escalated from there. There was another woman that jumped in and she was like, "Shut the F up." here, I still had like minutes to go.
Yeah, it's a lot seems to happen when you're on a bus, doesn't it, Edna? Because I know you've told us some other stories when you're on a bus. Maybe can you drive? Can you drive? Can you not get
I
yourself a
can.
car?
There's a lot to driving. Like my depth perception is off. Like if I don't have to, it's probably safer to not have me on the road. Let's just say it that way.
Your what deception? Your what perception?
Depth, depth.
Depth. You don't
Yeah.
need depth in driving. You just get in the car, put your foot on the pedal, and off it goes. You have automatic cars,
W-
don't you, over there? So you don't
Listen,
even have
watch
to learn.
out, UK drivers. Jen just presses go and takes off.
I've
They
been
just
driving.
lock the
I've been
car.
driving like well for years and years and years now, and my son's having lessons at the moment, and every so often I'm like, when he's in the car, every so often I'm like, right now what we do, right? We go up to fourth. Right, so oh no, we came off the motorway earlier, and I was like, right now, when I was on, I said, have you hit fifth gear yet? And he said no. So I said, oh well, when you're on a faster road, that's when you go into fifth. I said, and then when you're coming down, like I've come down the slip road, now I can jump a gear from fifth down to third. And he was like, yeah, all right, mum. Then I was like, then you jump down, then you go down to second, but you rarely go into first while you're well, you won't go into first while you're still rolling. So wait until you stop, then go into first. And depending on what car you have, you can actually start some cars or in second. I'm a good driver. I tell you, I'm not going
Oh
to say
my
anything
goodness.
because I'll have to touch wood. Right, what are we saying in
Okay,
here?
I retract my statement.
You should drive. Because then you won't have to get on the blooming bus. Who wants to get on a bus with people on there, other people close to you, breathing on you? Breathing?
You know what?
Aye, I
That's
don't like
so
that.
funny because I asked this lady, like I was like, "Can you move your bag? Because I want to see." I was like, "Excuse me, master." She was trying to like she was so mad about it. I'm like, girl, you act like I'm spilling over into your seat. Like, you'll be okay.
Oh, look at Kalari pushing the bus. Oh no, I can't be asked with. No, forget the environmentally friendly. I'll have my car, thanks. I go everywhere in my car. The only time I go on public transport is if I fly, or if I go on the train into London. That's it. And I don't really want to go on the underground. You call it the metro, I think, do you? What do you call the train that goes under the ground?
Subway.
Oh yeah, that.
Subway.
Yeah. We've got a place that does like what's it called? Lunches called Subway, where
Yeah, we
you
did
get
too.
like buns and things like that.
Do you
Right.
remember when they used to have like the black and white Subway paper?
No. Never had that.
Mm.
Did you ever see Speed, Edna? That's how I imagine your bus rides.
You know
Ah,
what? I've seen clips or memes from it, like around social media. So I understand the concept of the movie. I don't like anything regarding public buses. I was watching a true crime story about this man that took a tour bus hostage, and the police or whoever was mismanaged the situation so bad that people ended up dead and everything. And the guy was like, listen, nobody's gonna get hurt. I just need X, Y, and Z. And
you Americans are
they did.
crazy. Just
No, that wasn't
crazy.
even in America. That was in like I think it was in South America somewhere, like Latin America maybe.
Well, they're just as bad.
Oh yes, Keanu Re- Keanu Reeves. I'm butchering that name.
Keanu
Yes,
Reeves.
The
Even I
Matrix.
can say that.
Yeah, Keanu.
We have to drive out here, says Kalari. It's fairly rural. It's like that for me, really. I'm sort of ruralish. Rural.
Mhm.
Uh
That's
Sasha's trying to teach me how to suck lemons. No, what's the saying? Don't teach your grandma to suck. What is it? Eggs? What's the saying, guys? I've forgotten. Help me out.
I've never heard the saying. Don't why would
Don't
your grandma
teach
be
your
sucking anything?
don't teach your grandma to suck eggs, is it? And I've never sucked an egg in my life. I think Edna and
Yeah,
I first started talking in chat because she was asking me to drive her to Canada. You wanted
I
to go to
probably
Canada, did
did.
you? What do you want to go to
Yeah,
Canada for?
I'm always telling them to visit Monty, of course.
Oh, I forgot he's in Canada, isn't he? Bridge says, "Oh my God, my dad was fussy at me driving his car because I was skipping gears." Right, now, as I explained to my son, you can skip gears when you come down the gears, but you can't skip them when going up. Were you skipping them going up, Bridge? Because, yeah, you shouldn't do that. You can't go from first to third. That would just stall
But
the
what
engine.
happened? So,
It would stall
oh,
the engine. Yeah, you just don't do it. But when you're coming down, you can go from fourth to second. No problem. As long as you're slowing right down.
okay. Well, that makes sense.
Sasha says, buses smell, Edna. What gives?
You know what, sometimes, but I don't know. Oftentimes they're just fine. I
Okay.
mean, I used to work in a public office, so it's like you're gonna get people smell.
I used to work in a school. I know you get people who smell.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd still rather
Well, not
avoid
even
traveling with them. I don't want to travel with other people. I like to
no,
travel in
it's
my own car.
well, no, they don't stink. It's just, a mixture of a lot of people smell.
Hmm. So Kalari says, I had spent years in New York City using the bus, ferry, and subway. I learned how to keep my headphones on and my head in a book. Yeah, I suppose you
Bingo.
can do that.
I
I
learned
learned
so much. Sorry.
I learned how to pay attention without looking like I was looking. Kalari. So random fish is nosy. Sorry, Edna, I didn't mean to
Hmm.
shut you off there. What were you saying, darling? What were you saying there?
Let me see. Can I remember?
Let's take him down for
No,
a
I
second
was
while
just
we're
saying.
chatting.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I would like. I ended up reading at such a higher, um, like grade level than I actually was because I read so much on the school bus because I had a long commute. So I
Oh,
think like by the
wow.
time I was in middle school, I was reading at like a high school level.
Oh, really? Good for
Hmm.
you. Um, okay, Sasha says we call it the Metro here too, Jan. Edna and her America. What? Yeah. All right. Um, okay. Canada had a dude go crazy on a bus and beheaded someone. Oh no! Let me tell you, Kalari. I like true crime. When you watch a lot of true crime, they all sort of tend to sort of meld together eventually,
They do.
and you just go
Hmm.
around with like this morbid sense of living. Um, but there are some stories that stay in your head, and one that stayed in my head was, oh my God, is it the same story where there was this guy on what do they call it? A Greyhound bus you have out there? And he was on this Greyhound bus, and this guy came. Oh, that's it. He was sat next to this guy who I think was either Chinese or Japanese. And this guy seemed all right. The Chinese Japanese guy seemed all right. And then all of a sudden, he starts attacking the person sat next to him. Oh, darn, it was horrible. I don't even want to talk about it. But
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
He
See, I
started
haven't.
I started chopping him up in front of people, and everyone was screaming on the bus. And
No.
what happened was the bus driver drove to wherever, stopped, and the police didn't want to go on and say they. I'm all in a tizzy now. They all stayed, but everyone got off the bus apart from this cannibal and this poor bloke that was to be his dinner, and he was chopping away at this poor guy and eating him. And the police wouldn't go on the bus because they were frightened of what. I don't know why they didn't go on the bus. Maybe they were frightened that he wanted desserts. I don't know. I shouldn't joke about things like that. But they stayed off the bus while this guy was continuing to eat this other guy. Horrendous, horrific. I don't want to talk about it. That's that. That's that.
Totally won't tell you the story of how a man on the bus ate another man.
Oh, have
Don't
you
even want
heard
to
of
talk
it,
about it.
Kalari? Have you heard of it? Oh, and that story stayed with me. And I tell you what, I'm never getting on. We call them coaches over here. I'm never getting a
Oh
coach.
yeah.
Ever getting on a coach. Ever.
I
Yes.
like the double-decker ones.
See, Kalari knows what I'm talking about. I need Kalari
Oh
up on
yeah.
here. Kalari, get your ass up here. I'm struggling. It was
Please.
wild. Oh, it's horrible. Yes. Yes, random fish. It was disgusting. Oh, it was horrible.
Oh,
Horrible.
but that was a thing for a while, with in Florida because people were on bath salts. Do you remember that? Or did you
Bear
hear about
sauce.
that?
Bear
Bath
sauce.
salt. Bath
Bath
salt.
salts.
Like,
Bath
yeah,
salts.
it's like a type of drug. They call it bath salt.
Oh,
Like
okay.
salt you
Say
soak
it
with.
the British
Yeah,
way. Say it the British way or the proper way. Bath salts.
bath salt.
Yay! Well done.
Bath.
Bath salts. Yeah. Oh,
When I went out to California, people thought I was so country.
did they?
Like, where are you from? Mississippi? I was like, sorry.
Okay, Kalari, that's fine. Oh, aren't you sweet? Look, hubby's home and she's ignored him all week. Oh, bless your
Um,
little cotton socks. See, I was never like that when I was married. I'd be still doing my own thing, but hey. Yeah, look forward to you coming up on Friday. Drama Friday.
Friday.
Drama Friday. I know, Sasha. Isn't it awful? Please don't make me talk about
Yeah.
like that again. I don't like
Well,
it.
there was a story about an Indian doctor where she was assaulted and just completely, like, they broke her legs in such a way that was just horrendous. They were talking about how, like, her face was smashed into the wall, and it was multiple they said it from the amount of fluid that they, extracted from her, that it must have been, like, 8 to 10 people, like, at least.
Oh.
And the
Yeah,
police and school, the hospital are trying to cover it up. They
that's,
said that she, unalived herself.
can we talk about this on Murder Monday? We're meant
Of
to be having
course,
a jolly good
sorry.
time. And Sasha's going to come up. Sasha, get your ass up here. I dare you. Double dare. He won't have the guts. Let's get
Uncle
back to the
Lincoln chat.
donkey. Let's get back
Okay.
to the donkey. Oh,
Trunk
is
and
he
Whole Foods.
Canadian? You Canadian, Sasha? Okay. Don't dare me. Get
Double
your ass
dog
up here,
dare you.
boy. Got a lot to say. You listen. You've got to, like, there's too many shady Canadians. We need someone who, can, fly the flag with joy and pride. That's the word. Anyway, in the meantime, let's get back to our donkey because Steve has been getting up to no good. Right? Here we go.
Do you remember that van that turned up? Do you remember the big van that turned up? And it had lots of sacks and things in the back of it. Do you remember that? Do you remember seeing that? That was delivering things for everybody on the sanctuary. So that was delivering things for the horses and for the dogs, for the cats. Basically, it was delivering everything for everyone. Somebody thought that all the packages were for them. But the thing is, somebody took those packages and tried to open them with his teeth.
To get your Hounden's kitchen through a trade
I love the way he talks to them. Yay! She's home. She's home. Did you get a ticket? Oh, ticket free, she says. All right. Okay.
Yay!
Yeah, it's a guy I found on YouTube who talks to his donkeys. He actually runs a sanctuary in Spain, and he's got all sorts of animals in there, and he does these videos where he talks to the animals, and I love it. It's my kind of thing. Hey, Bridge, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Did you run fast enough? That's what I want to
Yes,
know.
I did, because I was going to the bank. Nobody ever goes to the bank, but I needed a check, and who writes checks? But then I went to the bank, and there was nowhere to park, and I was like, I'm just going to park in this little parking lot over here, even though they say pay, but I'm not going to pay, and I'm just going to run in there, and then I'm going to run out. So that's what I was doing.
Bad girl.
Good.
So have you had a good week? So far?
Pretty good. Yeah. You know what? I really haven't done anything.
No, apart from argue with everybody on Twitter. I did spot one of your arguments today. I thought, oh my God, she's had it again.
Because it's all this political stuff, and people just assume different things about you because of politics. It's crazy.
It's mad, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
We were saying like we don't want to talk about politics. Like we want to talk about politics, but we don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what do you want to talk? Do you want to talk politics or what? Have we had enough of the donkey or what?
The donkey?
Oh,
the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like politics, so
you like it.
I saw the DNC last night, and Michelle Obama was on fire. Oh, I loved it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, I don't follow politics. Edna and I did have a bit of a chat earlier, and we were like, "Oh, what should we talk about?" I can't even remember. Oh, the funny thing was, I said to Edna, "Didn't we say something on Monday that we'll save that until Wednesday?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Can you remember what it was?" And she went, "No." I said, "No." I didn't have a clue. So
wait,
okay.
I was gonna start using an organization system for notes. Maybe I wrote it down. Sometimes my past Edna helps future Edna out.
I'm sorry, Bridge. I don't know what she's on tonight. I think it's different stuff.
We all know what Edna's on, but you guys were talking something about the children and how they grow up and what they wear, because we were looking at that that TikToker. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
What I thought.
Mm-hmm.
You love my silence. Make the most of it. It doesn't happen very often. I've normally got something to say. Yeah, I mean, we said that, didn't we, Edna? And we still couldn't sort of get right down to what were we saying then about. There was something else that was sort of adjacent to that, but it wasn't.
Everybody hates millennials, and I think it was just criticizing millennial parenting.
Oh, was it? It's not like me to criticize people. Even I laugh at myself about that. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Bridge, give us a bit more, darling.
I don't even remember.
Oh, let's get back to the donkey. Right, okay. We have to,
Professional. Book your free design
only because
appointment
this
now.
bit's
I
funny.
like
Because
how
if
we
you want
were,
to
Bridge, I like
We
how
just
we're like,
found
oh yeah, let's move
sort
on to
of torn
politics. And Jen's like, donkey it is.
Well, give me something then. You two, you give me like a little bit and then leave me hanging. And I'm like, well, am I meant to pick up these little bits and make some sort of subject matter out of it? Or what's happening here? I'm going to listen to Steve.
open boxes and actually I think there was some dog biscuits as well, a whole sack of dog biscuits that had been emptied on the floor, like the whole sack, just opened at the edge, tipped upside down, and just all over the floor. What are you doing? No, that,
Right, in case you didn't know, in case you hadn't realised, because we've gone way off track, I need some other people on panel who keep us in a straight road. These two are rubbish, guys. Bridget feeds me the
Well-
tiniest little bit of information that I meant to say, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, Bridge. And Edna is just away with the fairies.
Look,
So
Okay.
aren't we the birds? We fly our own way. So.
we do. Every so often we land on the same branch, don't we? And we're like, hello, who are you? Have you got anything to say about such and such? Yeah, I've got a lot to say about that. Right, come on then, politics. I missed out on the... All right then, Steve, bye. Right, I missed out on the Obama thing. What happened then? Michelle did like a talk. Why is she talking? What's going on with them? Are they thinking of coming back or what's happening?
No.
Well,
they were
it's the Democratic convention.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bridge.
No, go ahead.
Well, this is all going rather well, girls. Right.
Okay, so basically, it's like everybody, like not everybody, but the prominent figures in the Democratic Party, they come up and speak, and they're talking about like Kamala and why you should vote for her, and then they're talking about the opposition as well, which is Donald Trump. And Kamala, she just said a whole lot of things without actually saying Trump's name, but you knew she was talking about Trump.
Okay. Yeah, well, you can't blame her though, can you? I mean, God, how problematic is he?
Well, like a few years ago, she was just like, when they go low, we go high. So when Donald Trump is going low and talking all this mess and stuff, we're going to be classy and we're going to go high. But then last night, she was like, fuck that.
Thank you.
Who, Michelle?
Yes.
Respectability politics doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know what? I think it's the same with like, dare I say, on Girl World, because myself and Edna, we were talking, we've gone off the subject, but we will get back. We were talking about, people answering back to people that have been right bitches to them, and saying really hurtful, nasty things. Why shouldn't you then say the same thing back to them? So I'm going to circle right around and we're going to get right back and say, I think good for her if she did come at him. She was obviously, democratic enough or diplomatic enough not to use his name, but everybody would know who she was talking about. So what's this black job comment that Kalari's put?
Yeah.
Because Trump was always saying that the immigrants are taking the illegal immigrants are taking the black jobs, and Michelle was just like, he doesn't know that the position that he is vying for right now as president is probably going to be a black job with Kamala stepping in.
That's good.
I like that. Oh dear. Kalari liked that. Immigrants taking presidential jobs. Is that what they were saying? Immigrants taking presidential jobs. I mean, over here, right? One of the reasons that we went to Brexit, that, we came out of Brexit, was because, England was fed the same type of garbage, which was that, we've got to shut all the borders because otherwise you're going to get all these immigrants coming in and taking over the jobs, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So they stopped that happening. So what's happened? The National Health Service has gone down the pan. All these big companies have gone down the pan because they were run by successful immigrants.
Yeah.
So that's why England is in such a dire state at the moment. We've got no dentists, we've got no vets, we've got no surgeons. It's a disgrace, and it's all because Britain was sold Britain was sold it, but you get a certain type that accept it and think, yeah, that's true. Let's stop them all coming in. Never mind the fact that a lot of, the higher paid jobs were actually immigrants, even for, either first generation or second or third generation, but they were immigrants. So now we got nobody because the Brits are bloody crap at everything. And I mean, and it's like, with the Windrush, when my father came over, they were, they were immigrants, but they were sold this wonderful life over in Britain. But really, they were sold as slaves, really. But they were, because of politics at the time, they were told, oh, you'll get fabulous jobs. You'll have a fabulous life over here in Britain. And it was a whole load of tosh.
But you still have to.
Do you think that's the same now, or has that changed?
Say that again, Edna.
Do you think that's the same thing now? Like, do you think people are still sold like, oh, you can have the American dream or the UK dream, or do you think that's changed?
I think in certain societies it is still seen like that, yes. But then when they come over here, it's an entirely
That's
different
when
thing.
they learn.
And that's a lot of, that's the reason why a lot of Jamaicans are over here to start with, but also because a lot of them, especially the older generation of Jamaicans, feel like they were cheated because they were cheated, because they were, sold the dream, but they weren't allowed to apply for the high-powered jobs. And maybe they weren't educated enough for the high-powered jobs,
And you still have to watch that show that I told you about, Three Little Birds, about the Windrush.
Oh, Three Little Birds. Right, I've got my pen here. Well, I'm going to write that down. All right, Three Little Birds. What's that on?
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Netflix, is it?
No, it's not Netflix. I forget what it's on.
All right, I'm writing it down now. So
HBO.
I know where that comes from. That comes from the lyrics of Bob Marley's song. So yeah. Okay, let's see what some of the chat said. The GOP has been trying for years to stoke anti-immigration. It's so annoying, yeah. And the problem is there's still so much racism, even today. It's so upsetting that there's still so much racism in both our countries and across the world. I mean, we're to be like, first world countries with civilized people. Well, I tell you what, when it comes down to racism, there's nothing civilized about that. Anyway, so much for having a chat and a giggle. Once I start getting on something. Right, okay, random fish. That's not what he said. That is a slight correction. What does he mean? I don't know what that. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that random.
What does he mean?
Do you know?
Hold on, let me scroll up.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
I
what
think
he
she's talking
said. Was
about
it something
Trump's
that
comments of.
Go on, Edna.
Oh, I was saying, I think she's talking about Trump's comment about immigrants taking presidential jobs.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's possible.
Hmm.
Oh, Random Fish, you think he didn't say that?
You know, because Random Fish said immigrants taking presidential jobs. So that was the slight correction.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I have to go back to this because this was I thought it's probably the comment of the evening. Bridget shifting gears and Edna is starring in Speed and Dad is riding a donkey. I think that's brilliant and so true. Yeah, okay. The American dream was always a bit of an
Mhm.
illusion. Yeah, but at the time when it was first sold to people, it wasn't sold as an illusion.
It's a
And that's the
dream,
same with
though.
the Windrush. It was never sold as
It's a
you know,
dream, but it was accomplishable. Like it was like within reach for most people. I don't
Mm.
think now is like, yeah, I don't think now most people have the option of having like the typical American dream in the same way.
well, I don't know because we don't really know because we live in first world countries. Now, maybe if we lived in a country that was sold some sort of dream about going to Europe or going to America, then we'd have a different perspective on it. But I think it's
Oh,
hard for
right.
us to understand that something is possibly still um likely in these other countries because we don't know what life is like for them. So
Mhm.
I
Well, I
wouldn't sort
think
of
I was just thinking from the American point of view, but I think for them it's even more so. Yeah, I would agree. It is, yeah.
yeah. It's like, yeah. I mean, I tend to look, I think, that's one of the differences, and I'm not putting you down or anything, but I think one of the differences between being British and being American is that a lot of the Americans just look at America because America is so
Mhm.
vast. They
Mhm.
don't really
Mhm.
look outside America, whereas I think the Brits and also Europeans are much better traveled. So I think they're more aware of other countries. I'll put it that way. And
Mhm.
if you look at it, we're a tiny country. The UK
Mhm.
is a tiny country. But we're very close to the rest of Europe. So
Right.
if we go traveling, we tend to travel all over Europe.
Mhm.
But then some people also go west and go to the Americas. But a lot of people do just travel around America and then they'll sort of go into the Africas, they'll go into Asia. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's a big difference between being British and being American. I think we're much more worldly wise.
Mhm. And
I
that
don't
and because
I don't
I was
know.
no, because I was watching some guy. He was European or whatever, and he came to America, and he was just like, you guys, like everybody else talks mess about Americans and how they don't travel, but
Mm.
they don't realize how big America is.
Yeah.
Like you guys will
Right.
go, you guys will go from the UK to like Italy, and the same distance is like us going from like California to maybe Texas.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's true. And I think
Uh-huh.
that does have a lot of that has a lot to do with education,
Mm.
and being aware of other cultures. Because I mean, if you're going from, I mean, I could be completely wrong here, put me right if I am, but I would assume if you're going, say, from California to Texas, there's not gonna be a vastly different culture going on between
Um,
those places. Am I
I would
right?
have to
You'll be
I have to
surprised
disagree. Yeah, I
because
would disagree.
like when I left from Missouri to Texas, vastly
Yeah,
different.
yeah, and that's what you
It
remember
was
when I was
so much
there,
Spanish.
when I just went to go visit in Missouri, I was like, I hate it here. I hate it here. I need to get out of here.
And so, Jen, you will be
Really?
very surprised. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. But I do think the most um significant thing is the distances and
Mhm.
the sizes. Now, Europe actually, I mean, it's quite big, but you're right. I mean, I can get a plane from here and be in France in like an hour.
Yeah. And
I
that,
can go on I
and
can go on a
that's like
train and be in France in 2 hours.
yeah, and that's like me going from LA to Vegas. That's a almost an hour plane ride.
Yeah,
So, and that's just like a state over.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that does I think that does have a lot of bearing on how we see the world as well. And I know a lot of Brits, I mean, it's like they'll go to Turkey. Turkey's a very popular place, but then that's bordering on Africa. And
Mhm.
some of the islands, some of the Spanish islands that the Brits like, they're very close to Morocco.
Mhm.
So, it's quite interesting. America is so vast
Mhm.
that you don't really need to leave your country, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, Random Fish says, is immigration from Jamaica to UK easy? Is Jamaica still part of the Commonwealth? Jamaica is still part of the Commonwealth, although they fight against it, very much so. And yes, it is easy because it is part of the Commonwealth still.
Is
Um,
it? I thought I looked that up and
or did they
it
get
was.
independence? Did they
Let
get
me see.
independence? Can you
I
check
think
it?
it,
Let
I'm
me
gonna check
see.
right now because it became independent of in 1962.
All
Ah,
right. Congrats to Jamaica.
I got that wrong, didn't I?
Because I
Got
had
that
looked that up
wrong.
before because I was wondering.
Gain independence. I'm going to check that as well. Not that I don't believe you. Gain
Yes,
independence.
check,
Of course they
Bridge.
did. Of course, yes, Jamaica gained independence from the UK in 1962.
Mhm.
Okay, the country became an independent nation with full domination status within the Commonwealth and retained the British monarch. Oh, but they did retain the British monarch as head of state.
Hmm.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's we like our Google. All right, let's do this. Let's Google share the
Jen, do
screen.
you mean to share? Okay. Yeah.
What? What?
I
Was
was
you
just
gonna
about to
share?
say if you meant to be sharing your screen and you were like, I'm about to share it.
You're always trying to catch me out, Edna. Yeah, so
I
look
know.
here.
I always that's
Look here. Now, this is interesting. The country became an independent nation with full dominion status within the Commonwealth. So
Mhm.
they're still in the Commonwealth then.
Hmm.
Okay, hang on a minute. Underneath, Jamaica became independent in 1962, remaining a member of the British Commonwealth. Well, then they're not independent then.
So I don't
That's not
understand.
independence,
that's
is
very
it?
confusing.
The United States recognized Jamaica's independence on August 16, 1962, with the establishment of the American Embassy at Kingston. So, is Jamaica still under British rule? Jamaica became a British colony. Well, I know all about that. We gained independence. It doesn't make sense why they're still. Why are they still right? That's what we need to do. Why? Why is Jamaica? Oh, okay. What? Oh, hang on. Cock that up. Why is Jamaica still in the Commonwealth? After leaving the Federation, Jamaica attained full independence. Its membership, the new state retained, however, its membership in the Commonwealth of Nations with the British monarch as head of state and adopted a Westminster-style parliamentary system. So, do you know why? Because they couldn't run it on their own. That's why I hate to say it, but they
Right.
couldn't run
And
it.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because the Brits had taken everything, and anyway, we won't go into that. But yeah, so that was interesting. Okay, but Americans also are not always open to other countries or cultures when they travel. Often they want to be treated as Americans.
Yes.
I agree with that. What do you say
Yeah.
to that, girls?
I agree. I mean, because we're like we're self-centered, we're egocentric, and like you guys everybody needs to speak English to us. We don't need to learn your language.
Yeah, mind you, the Brits are a bit like that. We're terrible. And we've got such bad reputation, the
But
Brits. I'm embarrassed.
from what I've
I'm
heard, that you're like in Britain and stuff like that, you guys know, like you guys are more likely to speak other languages than like Americans.
Oh, yes, we do try, and even I try, but the kids tell me to shut up. Like, if I try and speak French, they're like, "Oh, Mum, stop it." That sounds ridiculous. So I'm like, "Oh," and that's all I can speak. I will try French, but I can't speak German. I can't speak Spanish. So
Yeah. Well, they say learning a second language like help you become smarter.
yes,
Uh-huh.
absolutely. I mean, in your schools, do you learn other languages? Do you learn
Mhm.
European languages?
We're
Yeah, it
required
was
to
a
take a foreign
it was a
language in high
requirement
school.
for us to take a
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think we had
well,
sign
we do.
language, we had French, Spanish, and German maybe.
Yeah.
I remember in elementary school we had to take German. That was in elementary school, but that was in Missouri because it has a high German population. It has a high German population, but then like in
Okay.
California, in California it's usually Spanish or French.
Oh, Kalari's planning on going to Germany next year. I love Germany. I've been to
Wow.
me and my family, we love Germany. We love Berlin. Berlin, you have to go to Berlin, Kalari. It's got a vibe. There's such a vibe. It's wonderful. I love it.
Look,
If I
all
ever
I
had
can
to move to another country, it would either be France or Germany.
all I
Ich
remember
spreche Dutch.
all
I
I
speak French. German.
all I remember from German class from elementary school is the numbers 1 through 10. That's it.
In German?
That's it.
Hey,
Oh,
oh,
I
let's
know it
hear
in
it.
French. I don't know it in
I ain't
German.
saying that.
Okay, coward. Cowardy, cowardy custard.
And nine, which was just no. That's all I know.
Right.
Oh, Random Fish says there's also a huge resistance in the US to learning other languages. I knew a French person who studied 4 languages in school: French, English, German, and Spanish. But were they fluent in all of them? My daughter, all my kids have learnt other languages at school. Excuse me. What's this? Oh, Kalari. Kalari married into a German American family. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I do love me a bit of Berlin. It's so artistic. Kalari. Have you ever been? Have you been to Germany before, Kalari? Oh, you want to visit the castles? The castles, I think, are in the north, aren't they? The Baroque. Oh no, Baroque. That's not right. That's in France. I think the castles are in the north. I could be right. I could be wrong. My French reading and writing is okay. My Spanish okay, but lesser. I wish I could speak. I wish I was fluent in something other than English and
Mm-hmm.
Spanish. The only languages I feel confident in is German, Spanish, and Japanese. Oh my God! Which I learnt for reading purposes. I wanted to go to Japan for their hot springs. Oh, wow. So you're
Wow,
fluent.
yeah.
Are you fluent in German and Spanish and Japanese, Kalari? If you are, I'm impressed.
That's what
So
I mean. When I was visiting relatives, like my aunt told me that one of my cousins is like fluent in Japanese. I was like, she is? And I went to go look at her Twitter account, and she had all this Japanese stuff on there. I had never seen it before. And she went to Japan and had a good time. And I was
yeah.
like I had no idea.
I
Wow.
actually knew 2 black girls that were like minoring in Japanese.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
My brain doesn't work that way. Like all the characters, like the kanji look the same to me.
Yeah,
That's because you're American, though, isn't it?
it's true. Yeah,
Well,
it's true.
But I know what you mean. I just can't.
I
I
think
can't sort of translate. My brain would not translate
yeah.
those, those strokes with,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
with letters. So I know what you mean. I'm just taking the piss, as usual. Taking the piss.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't
pretty
that's the
fluent.
Edna
In France, they know early on what educational track they're going to, and I guess that was good for banking. Yeah, that's really good. I'd love to be able to speak a different language. Also, Kalari's not been yet, but you've got cousins in Cologne. Okay, where's Cologne? Is that in southern Germany? I don't know. My kids love Berlin. My son goes back quite frequently. He's just got back from a trip there with his girlfriend, and my daughter's been 3 times. I've only been once, but I just love it. Um, okay, I brush up with Duolingo to keep in check. Someone
Yes,
says, "Oh,
absolutely.
Kalari, you should go if you speak Japanese, especially." I just went and wish I spoke. I want to go to the what's that? Onsens?
Ocean. I think those are like bathhouses or like spas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Bridge, have you ever traveled out of America?
Sure, I've been to Canada. It was great.
Yeah, but that's still America, really, isn't it? It's North
No,
America.
no, you have to show a passport and everything.
Oh, do
Yeah,
you?
Yeah, it's
you
North America
do.
though. Yeah.
That
But you
counts,
haven't
Chris.
traveled.
That definitely counts.
Sorry, Edna.
I was gonna say that definitely counts.
Okay. Okay, what about you, Edna? What's the furthest? Have you gone out of America?
No, the furthest I've gotten is California,
That's in America,
like
isn't
Southern
it?
California.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, technically we drove over the border, but not really.
what Kalari says, I've heard that for foreign people to learn a different language, that's one of the best things to do, is to
Watch TV.
watch that country's TV,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps,
Mhm.
familiarity of a certain
Let
word would like stick in your head.
Let me tell you, like it was a few years ago. I was like, I'm gonna brush up on my Spanish again because I used to be pretty good in Spanish. So I was like, I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
brush up on my
Mhm.
Spanish and I'm gonna watch all Spanish TV. I fell
The
asleep. I
telenovelas?
fell as yes, I fell asleep with the TV on and I was dreaming in Spanish. I don't remember what people were saying, but it was so weird. I was like, why are all these people talking to me in Spanish in my dream?
That's so
Did you
funny.
understand
Are you
them in
fluent?
Spanish?
I don't think so. Like I think I was just hearing the TV and it was coming into my dream.
Right, okay. Because I was like, I don't even know enough Spanish to dream a dream like that.
I couldn't either. Oh, random fish. wants to move to Japan, but now they're talking about massive earthquake in the next 30 years.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
really? Are they? Scary.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
so
fish, because there's a quake near us too.
is there? Yeah, see, that's what I'm quite happy
Yeah.
in England. We don't get any of that or any of that. We get a bit of flooding here and there and the odd tornado, but not where I live. I'm quite safe where I am. They also deal with a lot of flash floods, but Japan countryside is beautiful. I know. Oh my God. I did a picture once. I painted a picture based on a Japanese scene. What's the name? Cherry Blossom, isn't it? It's
Oh, yeah.
stunning over there. Yeah, absolutely
One of my
stunning. Did you ever try Mexico Bridge? It's so close. I remember walking over the border. Oh,
Mm-mm.
no,
I've
you
never been to
didn't fancy
Mexico.
that?
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Mexico. Like me and my friends, we planned to go to Mexico for like our high school or senior trip to high school. We were gonna do it on our own, and then my mom found out about it because I was lying to her because I wanted to go. I lied to her about some stuff, and then she found out. She was like, "No way." 'Cause I forgot where we were gonna go. Like
So when was
I
this,
said lying
during
or
the
something.
pandemic? No.
No. It's like this is during high school, but she was like, "No way, you are not going.
No, I
You
was
can
doing
cancel that
it
right now."
like a reverse age joke because everybody talks about how old you are. So I was doing like a young
Oh.
one.
Oh, you need to vlog Germany and Japan too. Yeah, that would be fabulous.
Jen has German.
I vlogged a bit of Germany, Kalari. If you check out my Berlin vlogs, you'll see me acting the maggot on while I'm in there dancing away. But hey ho, and away we go. Random Fish fell asleep once to Jessica Mexico and dreamt she shot me while we were walking around the car.
Wow.
I mean, that might actually happen, you know.
Yeah. I love
think
that.
Jessica's violent like that.
You never know. She could be unpredictable.
Oh my God.
No,
Maybe
I don't even
we'll
see
save
Jessica
that for
fighting.
Friday. Let's save that for Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, aren't they beautiful, Kalari? I did a piece on that. I'll see if I can find it and show you it. Right, okay. Kalari's been to British Columbia and Canada. That is a pretty area too. Prince George had areas that reminded me of the South in the US though. Okay. That's good. Right, girlies. Last 10 minutes. What do you want to talk about? Politics, whatever you want. I don't care. Last 10 minutes. Oh, I was going to show something else that I thought was really cute. Can I show something else that's really cute? But you can carry on. Talk what you want to talk, girlies.
Oh no, because I was saying that maybe you can end on Michelle Obama's speech, but it was pretty long.
Well, how am I going to find it? Do you want to read it?
No, all you gotta do is like YouTube search Michelle Obama speech or Michelle Obama DNC. But it was pretty long.
Right.
It was pretty long
There's
though.
a clip of it.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, can I just want to show this bit first because I thought it was really sweet, and it's my channel. So right, here we go. Put my foot down. Right, it's this one. I just thought it was really sweet. It sounds a bit silly now, but hey, I try and keep it really light. Right, here we go. It's this one. Right, where is he? This one, and I think he's American. And stop. Right, I think he's American, and he rides around. I think he travels to different countries as well, but he takes his cat with him. Okay. Are we ready for this?
Okay.
Shush.
Looks like I'm all in. On second thought, I'm out.
Okay. Look.
That is adorable.
Oh my gosh.
May I?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I think he's American.
Oh, look at you, so gorgeous.
Hey,
Hey, man. I came to see you a few months ago. All right, I want to see you again.
so this is in London.
That cat is just chilling.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's so cute. Beautiful cat. He looks a bit like mine.
Oh yeah, Oakley.
He does. He looks a bit like Oakley.
This, I mean, I'm looking at him like this is exactly what I should be doing, right?
Goddamn with the ways in your ocean. It's the ride that you feel like
And he lets him off like on the lead. Don't you think that's wonderful?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Better than my
dog right
tail
there.
on.
I follow your content from
Oh,
Calgary.
awesome.
It's great.
Thank you. Watch out for the dog, though. She might.
Follow you.
Yeah. Awesome. She's watching.
You get this. You don't get it.
I think he's quite well known. He's got like 14.3k subs, so he's quite
Mhm.
well known.
Yeah.
I just thought when I saw that, I thought it was wonderful, especially as he does look a bit like my boy. But his name is Travis and Sigrid, which I thought was a bit of a strange name. I thought it was Siegfried when I first saw it, but no, it's Sigrid. So yeah, so that's him, and I just want to show you while we're showing cats. I want to show you my boy. Where is he? Oh no, that's not him. Oh, hang on. Right, bear with, guys, bear with. Just want to show my boy because I gave him a bath today. The problem with having a white cat is they get dirty.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I gave him a bath today. Here he is. Oh, look at him.
How
Such
was
a
he
good.
with the water?
He was so good. I have to admit, I
Good.
got my son and his girlfriend to give me a hand. But he was so good. He's so well mannered. There he is. There's my boy.
Oh,
Looking so handsome. That's Oakley. Let's make him a bit bigger. There you are, Oakley. There he
He
is.
looks bad. He looks
those are
mischievous.
beautiful puppies. No,
Trusty,
it's a
you're
little
meant to look at
angel.
the cat. You're meant to look at the cat.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It
he
just
does.
came out before I could grab it.
He does not fool me. He looks like a mischievous cat. He does not fool me. He does not trick me.
He is, but he's a mommy's boy. And because I was there the whole time saying, "You'll be all right, Oakley, don't worry. I'll send away these horrible people in a little while." Because they would bend, my son was sort of held him as well. And yeah, he needed a bath and he was so good in there, guys.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him. So proud. Anyway, so that's that. All right, okay, Obama. I've got to find her speech, have I?
Oh yeah,
Right. Is it going to
So
be
what
on
were you?
YouTube?
yeah. A whole bunch of
Yes.
people have looked at. I'm sure.
Obama.
So Bridget, can you
DNC,
kind of
is
summarize
it?
like what was the arguing on Twitter was about?
Oh, it's a
She's
whole bunch
like,
of people.
she
Yeah, it's a whole
argues
bunch of
with
people.
everybody.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
It's true.
it's not anything in particular. Because
No,
Fish was
just like
telling me about how she got into. Yeah, go ahead.
no. Like for me, like I'll say something people don't like, and then they mad. So it's just a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh,
Honestly,
okay. It's
Edna,
just Bridge being
do
Bridge.
not
Yeah.
Do not look at Bridget's Twitter feed. It's disgusting. I'm telling you. Right, okay, let's go back then and do this. Which one? CNN, shall we do? That's not the speech. Full speech. All right.
No, we don't want the full. We want like a clip version because we only have 4 minutes.
All right, so which bit do we need then? What should I do? This is...
Mm.
She's not
You're not
looking
sharing the
great.
screen.
How old is she?
She got to be like 50 something, right?
That hair doesn't
Yeah, I
suit
think
her.
so.
I don't think the hair suits her. I think she looks better with it down. So...
Oh, she's 60.
She's not
She's
thinking
60.
about being.
She's 60.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we're just going to play a little bit. I've no idea which bit. Okay, here we go.
We there? Are we frozen? I don't see anything.
Jan, you're not sharing your screen. I didn't want to say anything. Uh-oh, did we lose Jan? Yes, she's here.
I thought you were doing your usual talking over the video.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh my gosh.
You know, every time I play a video, Edna tries to have a conversation with me. So I thought she was doing that, the usual thing. Right. Okay, let's go back over that because that sounded quite good. She was talking about what our ancestors have done for us. Okay, here we go.
Sacrifices our elders made to give us a better future. You see, my mom, in her steady, quiet way, lived out that striving sense of hope every single day of her life. She believed that all children, all people have value, that anyone can succeed if given the opportunity. She and my father didn't aspire to be wealthy. In fact, they were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed. They understood that it wasn't enough for their kids to thrive if everyone else around us was drowning. So my mother volunteered at the local school. She always looked out for the other kids on the block. She was glad to do the thankless, unglamorous work that for generations has strengthened the fabric of this nation. The belief that if you do unto others, if you love thy neighbor, if you work and scrape and sacrifice, it will pay off. If not for you, then maybe for your children or your grandchildren.
See, all of this is a dig at Donald Trump.
Oh, is it?
Yes, he hasn't worked for anything in his life. It was all handed to him.
Oh, right. Did he come from a wealthy family then?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, he flat out said that?
What? That
he said that he hasn't worked a day in his life, that he was handed everything?
Like okay, because I remember years ago there was this video that some guy had done, and basically Donald Trump was on a talk show and he is saying, you know, how he became successful. And so the guy's like, okay, I'm about to do this. So he gets his little notepad and pen and is going to write down everything that Donald Trump says. Donald Trump starts off with, you know, I got my first business. All it took is I got a small $40,000 loan from my father. And the dude was like, what the hell? He just gave up.
40,000. God.
A small $40,000 loan.
Right. 40,000 is a good sum of money now, but you're talking what, 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, so Random Fish. Hi, Barley. Random Fish says his father was a real estate mogul too, I believe.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if he could give his son £40,000, well, yeah. I mean, was he an only child? Donald
No.
Trump, you know?
I
Nope.
don't thi no, I
Nope.
don't think so.
Okay. Let's move on a bit more because I don't want to play too much of it. But
Mhm.
she's a great public speaker, isn't
She is.
she?
She is very good.
Do you know what her heritage is? What's her heritage?
I think
Black.
she's just African American.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
Oh,
you
we're
know,
gonna have that.
descendants of
We're gonna have that argument again. You can't just be
What?
Black American.
She
can't just
That's what
is.
it is, Jan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can be African American, but not just Black American. All blacks
No,
come
you're
from.
Black American.
Yeah.
No, oh no, we're gonna have another argument about it. I don't believe
Yes,
that.
because
How
I
are we
told you,
not?
Jan, I told you there is this FBA movement FBA movement on Twitter, on social media, which is Foundational Black American. And look, you need to look closer at my Twitters because people be arguing about that, how they say that Kamala isn't Black because she's Jamaican.
Oh, is she Jamaican?
She's half Jamaican.
Oh, she's the same as me. Okay. Oh, I like her even more now.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You did, didn't you? I know. I have to fly my flag. I'm not sure if I want to put up Barley's thing here. I like Trump because he is so very funny. But it's funny for me because USA is not my country, but I live here now. But he always makes me laugh like a comedy
Yes.
figure.
Yes, because when the first I agree with Bally because the first time that he was running, I was looking at all his speeches and I was cracking up like it was a comedy show.
Yes.
But then
Oh,
but then
no.
when he actually became president, I was like, "Oh, hell no."
That's the worrying thing.
Uh-huh.
That is the
I was
worrying
always
thing.
concerned.
Now, because so
Like,
we've
I
listened
don't
to her. She's a very good public speaker, but
Mhm.
I want to find out what her origins are before we go. Okay. Right, here we go. We're going to have the same argument. Right. What
Let's see.
heritage?
It says Robinson. Okay, wait. Because I'm looking on the Wikipedia.
No, I'm
says-
getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Go on then. Read it.
Oh wait, okay. So her parents can trace their roots to pre-Civil War African Americans in the American South. On her father's side, she is descended from the Gullah people of South Carolina, Low Country region. Her paternal great-grandfather, Jim Robinson, was born into slavery in 1850 on the Friendfield plantation near Georgetown, South Carolina, and he became a freedman at the age of 15 after the war. Her mother is from Georgia, and it talks about slavery in Georgia near Atlanta.
So
See,
she
the
is a Black American.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you say that
Hang
her
on a minute.
father was a freed man?
Yeah, after the Civil War, he's a freeman.
Oh,
That's
you're not
crazy.
right. Okay. Let's look at this together, shall we? That's interesting, but when I'm faffing about, I can never. Right, I want to make this bigger so that you can all read it. Okay. Right, so this says the complex tapestry of Michelle Obama's ancestry. Right, when Michelle Obama's great-great-great-grandmother was 8 years old, her life underwent a dramatic change. Melvina Shields was a slave who grew up at a South Carolina estate with a relatively large community of slaves she knew well, but then she was moved to a small farm in northern Georgia where she was one of only 3 slaves. Most white people in the area didn't own any. Okay. Yeah, but where did they come from originally? So that's like 3 generations then.
Yeah, yes, because Jan, you
Yeah.
have to understand that with us in America, we can't trace our ancestry back before slavery.
It's really difficult.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, whereas us Jamaicans, we can. Although, let me get this right. Yeah, you're right, because I think Jamaicans can up to a point. I can go right back to my great
Mhm.
ancestry, whereas I
Mhm.
guess, yeah. Why was that then? Because when they were sold as slaves, none of their details were given,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, because like when I was doing my family tree, like I was pretty lucky on my dad's side because basically the slave owners, one of the slave owners was Secretary of State in Missouri way back when, and so they kept detailed records of his stuff. But like on my mom's side,
Yeah.
like it was just like a regular person was were the slave owners, and they didn't keep detailed records.
I had a friend, she
Mhm.
was looking up her ancestry and she was able to find her ancestors like listed as cattle or property.
Mhm.
Terrible.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right. Okay. So there is some, some sort of confusion that sort of went back from there. Um, okay. What's fascinating about Michelle Obama's family and her ancestors is that it shows us the breadth and depth of the experience of African Americans during that time, says this reporter from the New York Times. Who she's traced Obama's family tree back generations. Okay. She finds that the First Lady has a complex lineage. Swan says Melvina later had a baby fathered by a white man. See, that happened a lot. And that
Mhm.
happened in Jamaica
Yeah.
as well.
Mhm.
And today, Obama has white relatives living all across the South.
Mhm.
Okay. But they're going to be, I don't know, generations away, aren't they? I don't want to
Like
read about what she has to
Well,
say.
you'll be surprised because it only takes like 1 or 2 generations to look, completely
mm,
white.
mhm.
That's why I asked what her lineage was. That's why I asked what her heritage was because, yeah. In the end, it looked like it was most likely the son of her owner. That was the man. But hang on a minute. So this Melvina, that's her great one, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Probably.
Mhm.
Um. Okay, on why Michelle Obama's grandfather, Pernell Shields, kept his white ancestry secret. So the grandfather, maybe his parents, one of them was white. This kind of silence went across many generations. There were so many people I spoke to who said, when I asked about slavery or when I tried to find out more about mixed ancestry, people simply didn't want to talk about it. I found this is somebody else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
because it's regarding SA,
Mhm.
and they don't wanna admit that.
that's
That's
right.
These
I
weren't
I
loving,
told
consensual relationships.
right because I told you that like with the DNA, the ancestry DNA, some white people came
Mhm.
up in my search or in the results, and
Yeah.
basically
Mhm.
found out they were distant cousins, and they basically their ancestor was the slave owner, and I contacted them like I need to know more about this, and the
Right.
woman was like, oh, we don't know, our grandmother knew about that, she didn't want to talk about it, so we don't know either.
Mhm.
But I'm
Yeah,
just like, well, I'm like, hey cuz, how you doing?
Mm-mm.
yeah, that'd be me. Yeah. So what was he like then, your grandfather? Was he a piece of shite? That's what I'd
Right,
be
right.
like. What did he do? He like to fling it around a bit, did he? Oh, I'd be terrible. I'd be terrible. Sometimes I can't control myself, girls. But yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting about
Mhm.
Obama. Quickly, because I know there's some sort of controversy over her husband. What's his name? Barack.
Barack?
Over
Barack.
Barack's ancestry.
Barack.
Barack. Barack?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Mhm. There we
what's
go.
his ancestry?
He's part white and part Kenyan.
Yeah, that's
Kenyan?
what I heard.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Interesting. Nice
Yep.
mixes they've got going on there. I have to say, I do like mixing. I like mixed trays. It's probably because I'm a bit I'm a bit partial
Bias.
to a bit of mixing. Sorry about that, ladies. Can't help myself. But I just think I find it quite interesting. But okay, so Band of Fishers, Kenyan and Irish American, I think.
Irish. Okay.
Okay.
And grew up in Hawaii. You know,
It's
I think the mix between Black and Asian is like the best. The best.
that can be, yeah. Yeah. They are beautiful, but I think anyone who no, I have to be careful now. I have to be careful. Do not say
Look, because
anything.
I was gonna say something, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna say this.
Yeah, do not say anything.
You're gonna leave me hanging. They gonna clip this and be like, it's racist.
You know, it's difficult because no, I won't say anything. But I do think it's nice if someone's got a bit of a tan. I'll just put it that way.
Mhm.
I just think it makes them a bit more interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. And and on that, I love the way I love the way Bridget sat there giggling away because she knows I'm like, oh God, Jad's gonna say something and then she's gonna regret it. I am. So I'm gonna shut my face and get the hell out of here. Let's change this up a bit here. Thanks to everyone who came along and was chatting in the chat. We've had an interesting chat. I managed to get me donkey shots in. I did wonder whether I'd get them in today. But
We
yeah,
allowed it, huh?
we got there, didn't we? And we got the
We
pussycats
did.
in. Yeah. So thanks, girlies, for coming along. See you on Friday. Let's like, what's the word? I don't know. Let's have fun. Let's have fun on Friday.
Okay.
And thanks also to everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming along, taking part. And hey, Capone, 12 months. Wow. Thank
Wow.
you so much. I really appreciate that. And I also appreciate everybody else that comes along and also, you know, watches the videos afterwards. You take care
The
of yourself,
lurkers.
everybody. And remember when I used to say, you're going to say goodbye to everyone? And Edna would never get the timing right.
Yes.
But we
But
love
you
you,
eventually
Edna.
you know we could say bye. So that's why I was like, just bye everyone.
Oh, we love our Edna. Anyway, see you Friday, girls, and take care, everybody, because it's a rotten old world. So until the next time, bye-bye for now.